extraordinarily challenged time when it comes to our agricultural system. We rely on resources that are not there today and will be there in a lower and lower capacity moving forward. Just in the last 40 years, we've lost 30% of all of our arable farmland. And so we need to find a different way to eat. We need to find a different way to grow food, and that does not suggest that Bowery indoor farming is the only answer. This is a massive problem in an extraordinarily large industry that needs solutions in many, many places. So Bowery will become a larger and larger aspect of the fruit and vegetable basket that we all consume on a regular basis. And that expansion will look like crop expansion, it'll look like geographic expansion across the US, and ultimately it'll really look like global expansion as well. But that's going to happen in concert with a number of other solutions that we as a global society need for us to continue to exist and thrive.
Yeah, it's also it's a hedge against climate change. If you're following the news, you see right now there's devastating floods in Australia, early fall in Australia. This is where they're growing lettuces, perfect time to grow lettuces. And so right now that lettuce crop is wiped out. We saw the same thing about 5 years ago in Spain. There were devastating floods that pretty much wiped out all lettuce production in Spain for most of Europe. And so if you're growing indoors, these catastrophes, these climate catastrophes are not going to affect the food that's grown indoors. So it's also a hedge against climate change.
And so how many farms do you have operating right now?
We have 2, and soon to be, later this month, 3 commercial farms, and we have 2 R&D farms. We just opened towards the end of last year, a farm we call Farm X, which increases our R&D capacity by over 300%. And we have 2 new farms we just recently announced that we're building in Atlanta and in Texas as well. So we're starting to expand into brand new markets. And, we can talk about this later on, but the work that the team is doing just around the crops and seed breeding and what you can do in a natural breeding process but done indoors is just a whole other attribute of what's happening at Bowery that is just exciting about what the future looks like for the rest of the guys.
So what do the actual farms look like? What happens when you walk into Bowery Farm?
Big.
You put little booties on your feet. You wear even with my head, I have to wear a cap. It doesn't look like a farm. But
what I always have found interesting is that the first thing many people say when they walk into our farm is, "Wow, this smells like a farm." And the first thing we say to people is that it is a farm, right? Like, what's the definition of a farm? It's where you grow food, right? And we are growing food differently than what it looks like in the Central Valley here, but we're still growing food just like anybody else. So it's